This is the enemy of America right here. This is it. This is the prime enemy. It's not the Jews. It's not the black people. It's not the Middle East. It's not even all the Muslims. This is the enemy right here. The prime evil.
What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. So I'm going to give you all the breakdown of what happened to Olivia Henderson, a.k.a. the DoorDash girl who cried wolf. I talked about this chick on my Patreon. I also talked about her in my Twitter space, and I had a lot of problems with her story. One of the, I guess you could say the biggest problem I had was her claiming to be an SA victim because she saw a guy in his own house, passed out on his own couch with his pants down to his ankles. Okay. So those of you who don't know how we got here, because she got arrested, she was charged with 2 counts of felony. I doubt that she'll serve any time, but she's been quiet ever since she's been arrested. I have 2 lawyers that are going to go in depth about the case. And if you are familiar with this already, I'm going to put the timestamp on the screen right now where you can skip all of the backstory and you can go right to where she gets arrested. You can look at her criminal record and the arrest record and the charges and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I'll have that number. You can go right to that timestamp right now. For those of you who don't know who this is, or if you need a refresher, well, honey, I got it here for you. I'm going to show you all of her wacky TikToks that got her to where we are right now. But I just want you to understand is that she's in the wrong. One of the biggest things I had a problem with her was the fact that she never went to the police. She claims to be an SA victim, which she wasn't. That was just so stupid. You ladies, no, not all, but some of you ladies need to stop using that word so liberally, okay? And she didn't go to the police until her audience insisted she go to the police, and she did that the next day. So in my opinion, when you sit up here and try to, claim victim, and all you're interested in doing is putting this person on blast, putting his information, his private name, his actual address, his identity on the internet because you felt like a victim. I mean, girl, you knew you was going to get it. And this guy's life is practically ruined now. However, I'm glad that she did get arrested because I think women need to stop chasing clout like this just so they can get the poor you're a victim, the patriarchy and all that other stuff. Pat on the back. But anyway, without further ado, for those of you who don't know what's going on, allow her to tell it to you herself.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for SA or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that, the police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if that there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or his window with it out or whatever, but it's come on now. How likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism. That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man. Oh, and I forgot to say the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim.
A few moments later.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
Much later.
3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open, their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. So what? You're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing nothing to help me. So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished. He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down? And why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim. Right? Is this making sense to anybody?
A few moments later.
You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again, video that I have, just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim Remember, I'm the victim.
Yeah, so homegirl is pretty unhinged, but do you think she stopped uploading TikToks? No. I guess it finally set in that she lost her job and she thought about suing DoorDash.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email, they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email. So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 25, 30 minutes. And she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me what the reason why I just lost my job. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal, and about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal. They finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job together.
A few moments later.
Hi guys, it's the DoorDash girl. I'm also Olivia, but I prefer to go by Liv or Livy Henderson for anybody who's wondering. And for anybody who's just now hearing about this, what happened is October 12th, 2025, I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver, and my customer requested that their order be left at their front door. And when I arrived at their house, their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me. And I reported this to DoorDash, and I want to clarify, I did report this to the police the very next morning on October 13th. And DoorDash did ban the customer, and then a day and a half later, DoorDash banned me as well, and this was DoorDash's response to me. There have been a lot of people saying things like I entered the customer's home or I opened the customer's door, but I can assure you that I did not do either of those things, and I have obtained irrefutable proof that the door was already wide open when I arrived to the customer's house. But due to its importance, I cannot post that proof at this time.
So that was Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And she hasn't updated a new TikTok yet because I think she's out of jail. Okay, I think she had a signature bond, but she probably is too shameful to upload a new TikTok. However, I have two lawyers here who are going to briefly go into her case. So let's listen to what they have to say about it.
Breaking news in the DoorDash case, DoorDash girl has officially been arrested. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender, and I've been following this case pretty closely since it happened. So I got sent some information this morning. I independently verified it, and Miss Olivia Henderson has officially been arrested on 2 felony charges. Now, why was she arrested on felony charges? Because, like I said from the beginning, she's the one who committed the crime, not the individual who was in the home. So let's go through what we have and show you the proof. Now, I blocked out her name, but this is the police blotter, or I blocked out her address and her date of birth. But this is the police blotter, all right? And the arrest date is there, and the 2 felony charges are right here. I'm just zooming in myself to take a look. And this just shows down here that she was issued a field appearance ticket, and she has a court date coming up on the internet. You can look this up yourself. Incident date is October 12th, which matches to the incident date that she put on our page. And her next court date is going to be December 4th, 2025 in Oswego City Court, which is the town in which the incident happened. So all of this is verifiable on the internet. And here are her charges. Like I said, these were the charges that I thought she could be charged with, and this is what we got. So we have unlawful surveillance and dissemination of a surveillance image. Both are felonies, which means that prison time is an option, right? Not that she'll get prison time, but she can do prison time on these. They are non-violent felonies, which means that it would be it would not be a lot of prison time, but she can do prison time on these depending on her criminal history. So like I've been saying from the beginning, the person who committed the crime is going to be the person arrested in this case. And the person who committed this crime is obviously Olivia, the DoorDash girl.
Olivia Henderson, aka DoorDash girl, was arrested today and charged with 2 felony charges. And honestly, I'm not surprised by this. You cannot record somebody naked in their own home and then post it online for other people to see. And on top of that, she was profiting off the videos that she posted. And for all the people that were saying the only reason she recorded it is so that she can have evidence, that made no sense. It made no sense because she posted the videos online. Maybe if she recorded it and sent it to the authorities, that might have helped her out. But once she posted that man's body parts on the internet, as well as his full name and his address, she messed up, which I said in my previous videos. So yeah, now she has 2 felony charges and a court date coming up. Olivia Anderson, aka DoorDash girl, just got arrested. But even with this new information coming out, some of y'all are still gonna try to spin it and say that she was the victim.
And there you have it, taters. So that's the full story to DoorDash girl. I should have just did a video on her instead of doing a Twitter space and making that content exclusive for my Patreon. But here we are. Since I didn't make a video, I made up for it by giving you all the complete package. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to give me a like. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters.